Good evening, everybody. Here we are. Figured I'd give you an update here on where we're at with the engine. We got it off the wooden cradle it came in, and we got it on the engine stand. All right, we got her off the crate. And it's on the stand. Get this out of the way for now. And there she is, guys and gals, on the stand. Sweet. All right, so it kind of got a little bit crazy, and I did not get any film, so I figured I'd take a minute here and post some updates. Man, I tell you what, guys. Side note, my allergies have been so bad. Growing up as a kid, I never had allergies. I do now, so I apologize if I'm clearing my throat and all sorts of stuff in these videos, because these allergies, the pollen around here has been absolutely horrible. Anyway, sorry. Rabbit trail. So I got the whole front end of the motor exposed, and here we go. I got the grill off. I'm getting to the point of no return here. While I'm in here, I'm going to clean all this stuff up and probably shoot it with some, I have some Loctite. I'll show you. I have some Loctite Extend Rust Neutralizer, kind of like a Rust-Oleum, that stuff that converts rust into a paintable primed surface. I'm going to give this stuff a try, but I'll clean this stuff up as best I can, shoot it with this, and then I might even spray a good bit of this with some flat black, just to, while I'm here, while I'm doing it, might as well try to, I mean, you can tell the paint job on this thing, it needs a new paint job. In pictures, it's dusty sitting in here, but it's not perfect, and that's okay. I'm not looking for a perfect paint job, but while I'm in here, I at least want to clean this up. My battery tray, I'm going to clean that up back there, and even like the horn bracket, things like that. While I can get to it, and I have the time, I might as well do it, clean up my frame horns, and the tops of my frame, that's actually just dust right there from taking the body mount bolts out, the fender bolts for the grill support out. But the kid before me lost the, basically eliminated the harness for the turn signals, so I will splice them back together with some heat shrink. No big deal, because he had put some little like round LEDs on there, so they were kind of cobbled together. I'll fix that then. I did have my AC system evacuated before I did this, so that is something that you should definitely do. I did have that done, and my other line is up right here. And I took earplugs and shoved them in there. I don't know what the right thing to do to keep from contamination getting in there, but I did that. And over here, you'll see behind my parts table here, I'm starting to amass some other parts here that I'm taking off, like my air intake, my hood, and here's the backside of my grill. I took it all off in one assembly. That way, I pulled the wiring harness off, with basically this goes to the washer bottle, the horn, and it goes to some of the control purge valve solenoids. One of these plugs goes to that. One of these plugs goes to this is the horn. That's the control purge valve solenoid. Actually, I labeled that. Look at that. I even labeled it. And this goes back to your main body wiring harness back there on the close to the firewall on the driver's side. So I pulled that all off in one assembly. The heat exchanger, I guess that's on the front side. I don't know what that actually is called. On the front side of the radiator for the air conditioning, the condenser. The condenser and the radiator I just left on, taped off my tubes. I'm closing everything up so I don't get any contamination in whatsoever. So as you can see, been busy. So let's start here and I'll show you what all I got so far here. I got my valve cover on, and I used the Velcro gasket underneath there. Start from the top and work our way down. I transferred these little brackets over from my valve cover. Got a new PCV valve for the back. I used the grommets that came with this valve cover because they're nice and soft and they're new. Got a new PCV valve for the back and a new 90-degree elbow for the front because, well, why not? The other one started to break when I pulled it off the other valve cover. It's 20-some years old. Just get new ones. They're like a couple bucks. So we got that all set up. I have these all taped off here. I'm going to get the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold on probably next. But coming over here, I picked up a new oil filter to basically seal this off. I got this taped off. All the holes, this is where the dipstick tube goes, and this is where my cam synchronizer goes, or like your distributor on the older ones. Got the spark plugs in, which I'll probably end up pulling them back out to check for top dead center and a couple other things. Got my oil pressure sending unit in, and I have the oil pan on just temporarily, just to keep dust and debris out. I still need to mount my oil pump and the pickup tube, but that's at least on there for now, just to seal up the bottom end. But I got my coolant return line here coming into the top of the water pump. I got a new thermostat housing and a new thermostat in there, new coolant temperature sensor, and everything is torqued to spec. I actually made little marks on my bolts to know that I definitely torqued them down to spec. Got a new idler pulley. I got a new water pump behind here, and this is the original pulley original pulley that came off my other 4L. And down here we have a timing cover. Now that was the dilemma in itself. I had purchased a timing cover because I knew this was going to be grimy, and I did not feel like actually scrubbing for a half hour to get this thing clean. But I ended up doing it anyways. You can see that's an actual Mopar part because the timing cover I got is incorrect. I don't know if it's for an older one or what the deal is. It came with the seal already pressed in, but it has the timing marks on it, and these indentions here are way off as far as how big they are. So I don't know what the heck that was all about, but that was 80 bucks down the drain. I can't return it now. It's too late. So if anybody needs one, whatever year that's from, let me know. I'll gladly sell it to you. Make a couple bucks back off of that. Let's see what else here. I got my new harmonic balancer on. I do not have the bolt on yet, so I need to get that done. I got the keyway in there. Now, when I put this on here, I went and I put the front timing cover on, and then I left all the bolts somewhat loose. And then I set the keyway, pounded in or pressed in my new seal, my new front crank seal, and I took the harmonic balancer and drove that on with my new tool there, and actually put it on the right way with an installer tool. And I used the harmonic balancer to center the opening of the crank with the seal on here. If you would just go and tighten this cover down and don't actually line it up, I don't know if it really matters or not, but I don't know if it's going to be perfectly centered over the crank snout right there. So I left the cover loose, and I put my harmonic balancer on. Like I said, used that to center up the hole and the seal, so the seal should last a lot longer. It's not going to be wearing oblong. And then I went and torqued all my bolts down after that. So I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's how I did it. So there's where I'm at. It's Mother's Day weekend, so I got to it Saturday and kind of got to it a little bit, got it on the stand and everything. And here we are. It's actually Sunday night. Everybody's wanted down for the night, so I figured I'd come out here and show you guys where we're at. But over here, running out of parts. We still got plenty of stuff there to do, but this is going to come out hopefully beginning of this week as we start a new week. I don't know if you saw this yet, but the timing chain, I'll put a clip in right now. My new timing chain, as you can see right there, is super tight. There's no slack whatsoever, but on this one right here, if you look at this, is way loose. Now this side's going to have some play because that's where your little rubber ice, what do you call that, tensioner goes there, or your guide. But this side down here should not be that loose. It should be nice and tight. So that is definitely not like shot, but I'd say worn out. So I got my power steering pump off. I have the brackets off here for the power steering pump. I'm getting ready to pull the alternator off next and the bracket for that. And I'm going to clean all that aluminum up. And then we're going to pull the intake and exhaust manifolds off. So once we get them off, we'll get them bolted onto the new engine there. And we'll get the intake manifold cleaned up and the fuel rail cleaned up and get that all mounted up, ready to go. With my, let's see here, DEI fuel rail cover kit to prevent vapor lock. It goes on there, and it's a nice kit. I've heard nothing but good things with it. Figured might as well do that now. And we'll put the header on there as well. I know a lot of you will probably be a thumbs down on the header, but real world testing trumps out over the internet. People telling me, oh, it's definitely going to crack. But I've heard a lot of people say that the Banks is going to be just fine. So people that have actually run the Banks itself. So that's my next plan of attack. Just wanted to update you guys and let you know where we're at here. And wanted to get a few more things done this weekend, but that's okay. Tomorrow's another day, and we'll keep at it. We are making progress. So that's where we're at right now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and are enjoying these series. I'm getting really excited to shove this thing in the Jeep, get it primed up, fired up, ready to go, and see exactly how it sounds and how it's going to run. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.